This is not a mainline episode of the Meandering Movie Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. If you'll have already seen a video that we put up to promote this, you know what this is. But if you haven't, this is a bonus episode of the Meandering Movie Podcast. Why is this a bonus episode of the Meandering Movie Podcast, Gary?
We have our 100th episode upcoming, and we fucked the timing on it. And we wanted to make sure it was the 100th episode at the new year, so we have to fill 2 months worth of time.
We have to fill 2 months worth of time, because we are really on top of this. So we're going to do some bonus episodes that aren't mainline episodes to fill it out, and sometime in the new year we will do our 100th official Meandering Movie Podcast.
Am I close enough to
episodes.
this mic?
Probably not. So yeah, we have 100th episode.
Rather than talking about... Shut up, Gavin. Rather than talking about movies, we asked you over the last week. You may have sent us... You may have seen the posts, the Instagrams, the stories.
The threads.
The thread requests, where we've asked you
the
for
DMs
questions
that I sent people.
you would like us to discuss in our classic back and forth comedy gold way. And we're going to do that. We're going to be answering questions. So we're not talking about a film or a theme or I mean, we are talking about themes, but we're not talking about anything specific.
We're also going to be talking about films.
We are going to be answering your questions.
God, you're shit at this.
Well, I just didn't...
It's
What did they
mad
ask?
that you host things.
I thought that they had asked about us. It's just not like a AMA. Like...
Well, no, I just asked for movie general questions or hypotheticals.
Oh, we just did film. So it is basically an episode. It isn't a normal episode.
But it's listener questions.
We should have done Ask Me Anything.
Well, we'll do that next time.
It's too late.
So yes, God, we're shit at this. We have collected all of your questions. When I say we, I mean me, because Gary done fucking nothing as usual.
I made you that post.
And then
I didn't
where was the post? Gary, where is the post?
I got lost doing movie of the days.
So I got no post, so I had to do everything. I've collected all of your questions on a wonderful Google Doc here. I have then put all of your names onto a wheel, which was Gary's idea, so I guess he contributed that one idea.
I forgot that I needed to send you that. I forgot that we were recording today.
Uh-huh.
Do you know, like I knew I was coming up here and I kind of,
I had an inkling of something you were supposed to do.
There was a disconnect on the post was for today. Mm-hmm. That's my fault.
I wonder if
you could have just used the one I sent you.
No. The reason
you were like, yeah, I like this. I'm happy with it.
But
I was like, I want to change some bits in it, and you were like, okay. So you had one that you were happy.
No, because it didn't say what I needed it to say.
It said everything it needed to say.
It didn't. It said one of the things I needed it to say.
Do you want me to spin the wheel first, or should you spin the wheel? Because obviously you're not going to put the sound in. We're actually going to spin this giant wheel.
Yes, thank you. I have this giant wheel here. I built this out of...
I didn't even realize you wheeling it out. That was crazy.
Yeah, and then I've stuck with blue tack everyone's name on it. So
and bankrupt.
And bankrupt?
And
yeah.
$1,000.
If we hit bankrupt, we have to stop recording immediately. We just end the episode then. So I'm going to spin the wheel. Whatever name comes up, we will go to your question and we'll ask. Of course, you can spin first. Right, up you get.
Okay, let me get it up here. Walking over to the wheel. It's massive. Folks, I need to tell you, this Gavin has constructed a monolith of a wheel. It is towering over me. But
because my printer is shite, the names are really, really tiny.
Yeah, you've clearly blown up these PNGs and the names are hard to read.
And they're pixelated as fuck.
Pixelated as fuck. Yeah, probably JPEGs. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, look at her go. Whoa. Wow.
That's good. There goes 1,000. There goes bankrupt.
There's kind of like an inertia to it.
There goes a couple of names.
And
it just hit a plane.
Whoa!
That plane's coming out of the sky.
No, it was Superman.
Holy shit.
And our first name is I Am Binge God from Instagram.
I am Binge
God from Instagram. I'm going to go to the Google Doc. I'm going to find their question. So yes, I Am Binge God on Instagram. Even though they sent us this on Threads, you should check them out on Instagram, Threads, TikTok. They do some really, really cool content. Their question is, they sent us 2 questions, so we're going to ask their first question first. God, this is difficult.
Are we doing every one of the questions?
If they land again, then maybe.
Okay.
So their first question from a listener, thank you, I Am Binge God. If you had to wake up in any movie genre, which would you choose? Which genre would you choose to wake up in, Gary?
Okay.
I can go first if you want, because I'm ready.
You go first. Let me think about it.
I mean, the obvious one for me is romantic comedy. I want to wake up in a romantic comedy.
If you woke up in a romantic comedy, though, you would meet someone that's not Nas. Because you'd wake up now, presumably.
No, but I'd say like me and Nas would just already be together in a romantic comedy.
So if you've woken, presumably the rules of this are you've woken up as the protagonist in a romantic comedy.
Well, I'm hopefully not going to be the antagonist.
Right. So you would be the protagonist.
Yeah.
Which means at some point in the upcoming month or weeks, maybe even today, you were going to walk into the lift to get out of your flat, and there's going to be a quirky girl next door who's got freckles and pigtails, and she'll be holding a fish tank, and you'll bump into the fish tank, and one of the fish will flop out and go out of the doors of the elevator as it's closing, and you'll be like, oh, and you'll jump out and scoop it, and then you'll be like, oh, and you'll run in here and put the fish in the kettle, and then you'll run all the way downstairs, and you'll meet the girl with the fish tank and be like, I saved your fish, and she'll be like, oh my God, and that's your meet cute.
And then I'd drown her in the fish tank because I'm with my girlfriend Nat and I love her more. And I'm like, get the fuck out. No, I don't want to be with you. And then it becomes a crime thriller. And I have to bury her body before they find out that I've murdered the new girl that moved into the apartment.
Why would you bury a body around here?
Oh, I mean, there's a big hill over there. Like, it's like, see under that like abandoned building over there?
There's a lot of windows
Oh,
facing
the sun's
that.
right in my eyes as we're doing this.
There's a lot of windows facing that big hill. Someone's going to see you.
I mean, do you know what I could do? Is I could keep the fish tank, put her body in there, but with piranhas, and get the piranhas just to eat.
Where the fuck are you getting piranhas from?
There'll be some like tropical shop that'll have piranhas.
That's going to be the most suspicious. We found the chewed up remains of a woman. It looks like 1,000 tiny animals have nibbled her. We're going to go around all the pet shops and ask, hello, sir, has anybody bought a large amount of piranhas recently? Oh, interestingly, one man was in. For the first time in this shop's history, a man did buy 1,000 piranhas. Would you like his details?
Mental this shop had 1,000 piranhas ready to go.
1,000 piranhas.
Because I'm more serious as I go in. I'm like, hey, you got any piranhas? And they're like, yeah, we got 2. And I'm like, fuck, that's gonna really take some time. I also like the idea that Nas comes home at some point. The TV's gone. There's a fish tank there with a body in it and 2 piranhas. And she's like, nope.
Just not even a body of that, but just a skeleton.
And then there's going to be like 2 brooding, like moody, like Swiss people that are going to come investigate.
Yeah, this has turned very girl who kicked the hornet's nest.
Girl
with a dragon tattoo.
Girl who kicked the hornet's nest.
That's the sequel.
See, I only watched the David Fincher one, and then they never made a sequel. They should have made a sequel.
Yes, they did.
If someone asked the question, what movie needs a sequel, I'm going to say
they did make a sequel, didn't they?
Not with David Fincher.
I'm sure those films. I'm sure they did.
They made another one with Claire Foy later on, but it wasn't like the Fincher, Daniel Craig, and Noomi Rapace. Oh no, not Noomi Rapace. What was her name? Oh, I've forgotten her name.
Hold on. 2011. David Fincher.
Yeah. What was the name of the actress?
Rooney Mara.
Rooney Mara.
I get them two confused all the bloody time. Their names have both got double O's.
Noomi Rapace was in the Swiss version, not the.
I also get confused. Whoopi Goldberg's another one. 2 double O's always throws me off.
But who'd you get her confused with?
Rooney Mara and Noomi Papace.
So you get Whoopi Goldberg confused with Noomi Rapace
because they have a double O in their name.
Okay.
Rooney, Whoopi.
What about Wayne Rooney?
Yep, him. Throws me off.
He's got a butt on his head.
He's got a butt on his head?
Yes.
Wait. So, soft reboot and sequel The Girl in the Spider's Web was released in October 2018.
With Claire Foy, yeah, but it's not David Fincher's sequel.
Directed by Fede Alvarez.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll check that out then. I like Fede Alvarez.
Yeah, starring Claire Foy, you're right.
I know I'm right because I know these things. What are you talking about?
I know. I love how I've not believed you. Gone on Wikipedia, checked it. You've said everything I've just read and then been like, yeah, you were right. I think after thinking about it, it's really tough.
Yeah,
I think I would like to be.
I mean,
if I'm being selfish, I'd like to be in a rags to riches story, but not like a Pursuit to Happiness, more like a Wolf of Wall Street.
Was that Rags to Riches? Oh yeah, I guess it was. I just always think.
Sorry, you can't see my face, ladies and gentlemen, but I just gave Gavin the most derisive look I've ever made in my entire life.
I've only seen the movie once, and 2, I only remember the rich parts because of all the dumb fucking montages of.
Well, just any. Oh no, I changed my answer. I've changed my answer completely. I'm going for wacky '80s family goofball comedy.
Kind of like
Weird Science, Gremlins. Girl Next Door, Weekend at Bernie's. I would like to be the protagonist in those films where I can do no wrong. It doesn't matter. I can Dumb and Dumber. You can be the biggest fuck up in the entire planet, and things will work their way around into your favor.
God, this is kind of perfect for you.
Oh, because I could keep living exactly the way I'm living. I could actually take more chances than I do now.
Yeah.
And whereas now, I would say 70% of things I try fail, and I have to then go, oh, fuck, well, I'm going to make the apologies, or I'll just scoop up the pieces.
I need to get some money back now.
I need to get some money back. I would just be like, that's fine. I just water off a duck's back. You're invincible.
And you know what's the great thing as well? Is you'll learn a lesson by the end and improve as a person.
Yep, maybe.
Because you'll start as kind of
in Dumb and Dumber, the message... was the message they learned in Dumb and Dumber not... if don't get shot in the head.
Just keep being a fuck up, but don't get shot in the head.
That's my favorite gag in all of Dumb and Dumber. The whole film. And it's a kind of a throwaway
Is it not when
gag.
they sit in the car and go, this is the most annoying noise ever, and then make the most annoying noise?
That's funny. But the best gag in the whole film is at the end when Jeff Daniels walks into the room after getting shot. And he's like, Lloyd, they didn't kill me. They gave me this body armor so I wouldn't die. And Lloyd goes, what if they shot you in the head? And then Jeff Daniels turns to the FBI agent and goes, yeah, what if they shot me in the head? And she's like, it was a risk we were willing to take. But it's just so funny how, like, absolutely certain he was that he'd made the right decision. And then with one line, his entire world is absolutely rocked. What if they shot you in the head? Oh, yeah. It's so good. Jeff Daniels, like, nails it as well.
Yeah, I feel like this genre is just spot on for you because you were designed as a human being. You live that kind of like 80s family, like goofball comedy.
Yep.
Your entire life is a goofball comedy sometimes.
I would get rid of all the downsides and give me all the upsides, and I will take goofball comedy for 500, please, Gav. Thank you. I am Binge God.
There you go. I am Binge God. That was a great question, which came with some really interesting answers. I end up in prison for killing a poor girl who was just moving into
Just
a
looking to
place,
find love.
and you get shot in the head.
But I come back from it somehow.
Okay, now it's my turn
comedy.
to spin the gigantic comedy-sized wheel. So I'm just going to
This
get
monolith.
up. Just give me a sec to get up to the monolith.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, here we go.
Dun. It's heavy, isn't it?
So heavy.
I don't know how you build
She's
it.
spinning. She's spinning. She's spinning.
There goes bankrupt.
Oh, this is going to be a fun one. So the winner is Joe from the Film Joe podcast. Hey!
Phil from the Film Job.
It's Film from the Film Joe podcast. It's Joe from the Film Joe podcast. Joe's question, he sent us multiple. We'll go for his first one. And I'm very excited about this question because I've had
You should have had another wheel.
Why?
Well, if people sent you multiple questions, you should have put their multiple questions on another wheel.
I don't have time for multiple. But my laptop
Multiple wheels.
My laptop could barely handle 2 tabs and the Reaper software.
A million wheels.
I'm excited about this question they've
Do you think
asked.
there are more doors or wheels in the world?
No. Just no. I'm asking Joe's question
Sorry,
for the Film
Joe,
Joe
go, go,
podcast.
go.
Joe emailed this to us, by the way, at the meanderingmoviepodcast@gmail.com. If you ever want to get in touch with us, you can email us at the meanderingmoviepodcast@gmail.com.
Okay.
Joe's question was, which director do you think is the most overrated?
Ooh.
I'm excited about this question because, and I'm going to go first again, sorry, Gary.
I'll be honest, listeners. Gav's going to go first for most of this because Gav, like he said, took all the questions in, so has had time to think about these. Whereas I'm getting these fresh and bloody and raw. Most overrated director. Oh, okay. I actually know my answer.
Okay, do you want to go first then?
You're going to not like my answer.
Imagine we had the same one.
You're not going to like my answer.
I know
at
what
all.
your answer is going to be, actually.
You don't know.
Can I guess your answer?
Yeah.
You're going to say Christopher Nolan.
No, I wasn't. I'm a big fan of Nolan.
Oh, okay.
Mine's Scorsese.
Oh, no, I'm totally with you.
You with me?
Yeah, I think he's incredibly overrated.
Rubbish.
Okay, I wouldn't go, okay, no. Whoa, back it off. Distancing myself. I didn't say that. That was him. Whoa, no.
Rubbish. Not a fan. Not a fan of Scorsese. I think the problem I have with Scorsese is that this is maybe kind of like, to explain myself. It's not that I necessarily don't like Scorsese's style of direction, nor do I not like him as a director. It's just that I think he just does the same thing infinitely.
Are you saying that he's going to do a movie where a guy's going to do a voiceover and he's kind of going to be like a scrupulous character, maybe like a villain or like an
Probably
anti-hero?
involved in some kind of gang
And he's going to explain to you the things that are happening in the scene at that moment in time, and you're like, I know I can see it. It's like, Johnny used to love cutting garlic. As Johnny's cutting garlic, I'm like, I can see it. I'm here. I'm watching the movie.
It's not necessarily that he's a bad director, but I just think he keeps bringing out the same movies, and I just have no time for it. And because people always lord over them, they're always like, these are the best the gangster films, and he's the master of his craft. I'm like, but being a master of one, I do not fear the man who's practiced one kick. I fear the man. No. What's that saying? I don't fear the man who's practiced 1,000 different punches. I fear the man who's practiced one punch 1,000 times. Maybe I'm just scared of Scorsese, is what I'm saying. So that's my answer.
Here's what I'll
Scorsese.
say about Martin Scorsese. I do think he's a good director. I think movies like Taxi Driver, King of Comedy, Silence, things, amazing films.
Same film, though. So you named the same film 3 times.
No. Great films, but he is overly overrated. Like, he is unbelievably overrated. Because, for example, when I watched The Irishman, which was 3 hours of literally nothing, or I watched his most recent one, the DiCaprio De Niro one with what was that called? Can't remember what it was called. It was just crap. That one, it came to Apple TV Plus, and it was 3 hours and 25 minutes. And it was
I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Like, it could have been like some Flower Killers of the Flower
Killers of
Moon.
the Flower Moon.
Like, that movie was crap.
Yeah.
Just one of the worst movies I watched that year. And it's like the last good movie he made was Silence, because that movie is so different from anything he's ever done. Visually, it's incredible. Character-wise, the motivation, everything they do there is incredible. The music, like all of it. And then it's just like, what are you going to follow that up with? Well, I'm going to do another gangster movie with the guys who were in gangster movies with. And guess what? There's going to be a voiceover where he explains, Johnny Two Fingers actually had 3 fingers. We don't know why I was called Johnny Two Fingers, but man, he liked to, snort coke.
I'm going to make the city one of the characters. I'm going to give you these shots that are pointed up at the skylines of New York City.
And guess,
fuck off, Scorsese.
the gangster starts at the bottom, but he works his way to the top. But because of his
and he falls
hubris,
in love with a girl.
and in the hubris, and he falls back down because of her and all. It's just like, and he explains it to you as you're watching it, and it's 3 hours and 9 minutes long, and you're bored by hour 1.
Not a fan.
I like some of his movies, but my answer to who I think is the most overrated director, and this comes from recent things. I've always felt like this, but he's really spurred some anger in me recently, and I'm glad I get the chance to talk about this.
Give me.
Quentin Tarantino. So
I was so close to saying Tarantino, and I veered off it because I was like, it's kind of too obvious an answer.
yeah, but here's why. It's because recently Quentin Tarantino was like, I didn't watch the Shogun Show. I didn't watch Dune Part 2 because I don't need to watch those. I watched those movies already.
Which is a crazy, of all of them to say, it's crazy to say about Dune. Dune was
and
such...
Shogun.
Dune was such... I haven't seen Shogun to comment on, but Dune was like... fair, if he was talking about the Marvel films, I'd be like, yeah, fair play, Tarantino.
I've seen Thor 3. I didn't see Thor 4.
Fair play. But Dune was such a breath of fresh air in the cinematic landscape. It was crazy.
In every way, it is different from the Lynch version that he's seen.
Yeah.
And I think, to just be so, 1, disrespectful, and 2, pig-headed and ignorant, to be like, I'm not going to watch Denis Villeneuve's attempt at Dune because I've seen that movie already. It's like, Tarantino, climb down off your fucking high horse. Yeah. You're not that good a director. You're just upset that someone was able to do something you're incapable of doing because you can't just copy and paste other people's work into your movies, which is what you are. You're just a thief. Yeah. You just steal. Watch the movies that inspire Tarantino. Don't watch Tarantino's movies. He is so unbelievably overrated. He's a good writer. That's it.
He's also, it's funny, I'd seen something online the other day actually about Tarantino that was, Tarantino doesn't like, and this kind of feeds into what he was saying, he doesn't like telling the story you've seen 1,000 times. Mm-hmm. So rather than telling the heist in Pulp Fiction, he then tells the aftermath of the heist. Rather than showing you Fox Force 5 and Kill Bill, he shows you the aftermath. You know what I mean? He's always showing you what... So he doesn't need to show you the action film because there's a million action films. He shows you the interesting story that happens after the action film. And I get that, but that's your thing, Tarantino. You don't... not every movie can fucking do that.
I think the worst thing that happens each month is Tarantino is allowed the opportunity to give his opinion about something, and we all have to listen to it. And then a bunch of news outlets go, look what Tarantino thinks about this thing. Don't give a fuck. Yeah. He does not deserve...
He's also so far out the zeitgeist now.
He's so far out the zeitgeist.
Who cares about Tarantino?
That last movie he did, Once Upon a Time in...
Hollywood.
Absolute crap. Absolute fucking crap. what was that? Almost 3
We
hours.
did a whole episode on
We
that.
did a whole review on it, and we both were like, this was crap.
I didn't say crap. I didn't know the history of it, and I was just very fucking confused.
I guess you didn't know about the Charles Manson stuff and all that.
I
But,
knew about Charles Manson. I just didn't know it was like Sharon Tate. I didn't know enough
Yeah.
of the history.
Or also just like, oh, he did a big bloody like gory action thing at the end.
What a surprise.
Ooh,
What a surprise.
He just blew a bunch of stuff up and there's a bunch of blood squibs. He's so cool and original. He's so edgy. He's just like, nah. Like Jackie Brown's his most interesting film.
Yeah.
That's it. Fuck off, Tarantino. You're shite. Shite.
Spin the wheel.
Right, you ready to spin the wheel, Gary?
I'm going to walk up the steps.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't talked about it, but there's a lot of steps up to the.
It's quite
this
high up as well.
monolith.
I don't know
It's
why I
huge.
built it so high up and so big.
So I'm just going to keep walking.
I had to move the couch at the living room.
I'm obviously getting further and further away from you, Gav.
Yeah.
So my voice will be sounding very little by now
I hate you.
because I'm so high up.
Are you ready?
Here we go.
Whoa, whoa, it's spinning. Look at it. There's almost like an inertia to it. There's like a zero gravity effect it creates.
Crazy. I tell you, watch this, Gav. I'm going to grab onto one of the things and spin on the wheel.
Gotta be careful, don't fall off. So it landed on our friend Claire, who DM'd us a message. She DM'd us a question. She DM'd us a...
Claire.
What? Who?
Claire.
Maybe I wasn't going to full name people, but sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Claire.
I'll bleep things. So this is from Claire, who DM'd us. Interesting question. Kind of going to be hard to answer off the top of your head, but we'll see how it goes. What film do you think was badly casted? Shall I go first this time, or do you want to go first, Gary?
No, I'm good. I've come up with an answer fairly quickly. and I'm
Okay.
pretty-
What have you
I'm
got for me?
feeling
Go
pretty
for it. Go
good.
for it.
Super Mario Brothers film.
The
Not the Bob Hoskins
Okay.
John Leguizamo version, which arguably casted excellently.
I was going to say Bob Hoskins is John. Great.
No, the voice cast for the new Super Mario Brothers movie, and
Yeah.
it's kind of it's a symptom of a larger problem in Hollywood, which is we have stopped casting voice actors and we
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
now cast
Names.
actors and names.
It's the Justin Timberlake effect.
But by far, that is the most egregious. I think bar Donkey Kong, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, passable, good. Everyone else just giving their own voices. Chris Pratt's Mario, I know it was the meme at the time when it was like Chris Pratt announced and he
Yeah.
said this, guys, I'm working on Mario's voice and when you hear it, it's going to blow your mind. And then the first trailer came out and Chris Pratt delivered the line, Mushroom Kingdom, here we go.
Okay.
What are you doing, Chris? You haven't blown my mind. I tell you what you've done, Chris Pratt. Your voice.
I can just imagine him standing in front of the mirror, like trying all these variations, and then one day he just goes, Mushroom Kingdom, and he goes, whoa, what was
Whoa.
that? What voice was that? It's like,
Charlie Day's Luigi actually also good.
I would say like...
Charlie Day's Luigi was decent.
Jack Black is...
Jack Black as Bowser was good.
and Donkey Kong guy...
So now that sorry, I think I've completely fucked this up. Jack Black as Bowser was very good, and Charlie Day's Luigi was good. Seth Rogen was in the middle as passable, and then everyone else. Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. Keegan Michael Key as Toad.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt as Mario.
Because it feels like whoever's either Nintendo or Illumination, they went to like Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Keegan Michael Key, and they're just like, oh no, what? Just do your voice. We just want your
just want
voice.
your thing.
It's like
Keegan Michael Key. I like Key and Peele. I like Keegan Michael Key as a comedian. I think his sketch comedy is funny. Stop casting him. Him as Bumblebee in Transformers 1. Jesus fuck. That's also actually. That's also another film that is badly
what,
cast.
Chris Hemsworth is Optimus
Hemsworth
Prime.
as Optimus Prime sucks ass. Scarlett Johansson as RC. Okay. Keegan Michael Key as Bumblebee, doing the same voice he did in Super Mario Brothers as Toad, doing the same voice he does in every fucking day of his life. Go away. Stop. They also make a joke in Transformers 1. I don't think I spoke to you about this. It was the one thing I enjoyed Transformers 1.
Yeah, there's a review of it on Instagram and TikTok that you can check out.
I liked it. But there's one joke in it in the middle where Keegan Michael Key is like, oh, this is my friend, AA-tron. Or something, or AA bot, or
Is that supposed to be like an AA Ron?
AA joke. And I was like, don't do that. Don't put a meme. Don't put like a funny meme, a sketch. You know what I mean? Like a popular sketch from your. Oh,
Also,
pissed me off.
also don't do it in a movie where your primary audience will never fucking get it.
Yeah.
Which is the kids.
Annoyed me. Anyway, those two films.
My film is a remake of a beloved film that should have been done by anyone else. And
The
that is
Legend of Loch Nagar.
I don't know what that is, but I'm interested to watch it.
Prince Philip was in it. Well, King Philip, no.
He's not my king. I'll tell you who my king is. Audio Boy, they're my king. I'm going to choose Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the remake of Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. So Johnny Depp
version.
Johnny Depp's version, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Not a thing to say against that. What a brilliant answer.
Because
holy fuck.
Everyone else in that movie, actor-wise, is great, I think. Having like Christopher Lee in there as like the dad and everything, all that stuff is great. Tim Burton was in his schlocky CG ugly phase, so I get why they chose him because it was cheap to make, but he made an awful movie. But my God, did Johnny Depp not get the fucking memo when it came to playing Willy Wonka? Because if you look back at the original Willy Wonka and the performance by Gene Wilder, like that performance is legendary. What he put into that character, the whole thing with the walking stick and the falling, how he just becomes more and more unhinged when he screams at the kids at the end.
So
like
good.
There are so many layers to that character, and the presentation of it is so honest and believable for a man who owns a chocolate factory. Meanwhile, you come over to Johnny Depp, who was coming off of Captain Jack, and he's just like, I'm just going to create another Captain Jack. And he's like, hello, dear kids, it's me, Willy Wonka. And you're like, nope.
It's such a weird. It's such a weird character. Like, it was so difficult. Obviously, Johnny Depp wanted to do something different and come away from Gene Wilder's portrayal, right? Because why try and walk in those footsteps? But that's the problem. It's like, don't try and walk in but then what else are you going to do? You're making a film about Willy Wonka's chocolate factory? I think even the Christopher Lee stuff, like,
I mean, I hate the orange and like stuff.
I was going to say, having it all in there is bizarre, and I just think having Christopher Lee turn up just because it's gravitas.
Yeah. I just liked his performance. It was
Even
interesting.
Helena Bonham Carter turning up in that film.
Oh, God, she needed to stop a long time ago. Let's be
Weird.
honest. What a
But then it was Tim Burton doing Tim Burton shit. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Johnny Depp's Wonka is pish.
Yeah.
Stinky pish.
stinky pish.
Stinky pish.
A great wee question there from Claire who DM'd us. If you're on Instagram or TikTok, you can DM us whenever you want and we will chat
Stop
with you.
plugging social media.
Nope.
Do it at the end.
Nope.
Do it in a
the
one
whole way through. I'm going to plug. So next, my turn to spin the big wheel. Right, we're gonna ascend the stairs. Are you ready for the big spin, Gary?
I'm ready.
Here we go. I'm spinning the big wheel.
Whoa! $1,000.
Whoa! It's like being on a roller coaster ride.
Bankruptcy.
It's taking over. It's taking over.
That one space just says eat a chili.
Actually, we have another winner, Matt.
Matt.
Matt commented or DM'd on Instagram.
Matty B.
Can't remember which one it was, but he sent us a message on Instagram when we put up that story. And his question was, what random movie quote do you say often in the real world?
Oh, too many to count.
I've got tons.
I've got too many to
My
count.
poor girlfriend doesn't watch or hasn't seen most of the movies that I quote. And so when I do it, she's like, what?
Oh, man. The problem is now that you've like, this is one of these things where genuinely 30% of what I say is probably a quote from a film.
Mm-hmm.
Random things will just pop into my head. But now that you've put me on the spot, I have already frozen and I cannot think of a single
Well, I
fucking
can
one.
take us right off the bat, which is I say from The Matrix so many times, I will say, not like this, not like this. I'll also say, they're in the walls. And then I also say, he knows Kung Fu. I'll say those almost on a daily basis. I will say, not like this, not like this.
I do say it's game over. Game over, man.
Game over, man.
A lot.
From Aliens.
A lot.
Bill
of the
Paxton.
time.
And then, what other ones am I using?
And there's one I've been saying just recently, and Hannah's been going ballistic at it. But it's gone now.
I mean, anything that Arnold Schwarzenegger says in any movies, like
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Put that cookie down. Who is your
Consider that
daddy and what did he do?
Consider that a divorce.
Consider that a divorce.
I also say regularly, Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
You know,
Yeah, all the time.
you stand in the mirror and just like, this could have been me.
I think if I'm answering this genuinely, I genuinely can't think, Matt. I'm sorry. I can't give you a solid answer because I do quote a lot of films. But what I have been doing a lot recently is singing. I've been singing shit from films like non-stop.
I mean, you listen to a lot of Disney soundtracks.
Disney soundtracks. I've been listening to Peaches from the Mario movie, which is incredible.
Obsessed.
It's so good. And I've been listening to some musicals. So I'm going to go with, I've been singing a lot of stuff. Be Our Guest has been on repeat in my head, just looping. Flabby, fat and lazy, you walk in and oops a daisy. It's a guest, sakes alive and I'll be blessed. I'm going to stop there.
Oh, I feel like you're a wizard, Harry. That can
You're
come
a
up.
wizard,
Harry
Harry.
Potter can have ones that come up quite often.
I just feel,
If you're a loser, you'll quote Star Wars, but only losers quote Star Wars.
They fly now?
It's a loser.
They fly now.
They fly now, actually.
They fly now?
They fly now? I do take that one. But that was Matt's question from Instagram. Quick little one there. So we're back to the wheel already. I'm back down. You have to go up now. Get up there.
During your last one, I created this smaller wheel so that we don't have to go up there.
Okay. Well, how...
Tiny, look at it spin.
Yeah, but I put so much work into this
That's
one.
too many stairs.
Oh, wait, you need to spin it again. I missed the spin. I mean, for such a small wheel, it spins for a long time, though.
I've got a fidget spinner in there.
What's it gonna? And we have our next... Way!
Bankrupt.
What?
It landed on bankrupt.
Oh.
Stop the episode.
Well, we're over now. Bye, everyone.
That's all, folks. Psych!
So this is from one of our listeners over on Threads. This is from John D.P. O'Connell, who said, and
I'm not full naming people.
No, but it's their handle. I can put their handle.
John Double Penetration O'Connell.
Yeah, fucking loves double dicks. Hope you don't. Sorry, John. Thanks for your question on Threads. John asked a great question. One of the first questions we've got in, and I was excited for this question, which is, why the hell did Master and Commander not get a sequel? Great question, John. Thank you for that. I've recently been...
Russell Crowe, right?
Russell Crowe.
I'm going to tell you something, John. I'm so sorry. Never seen it.
I hate you as a person.
Never seen it.
We've talked about like Master and Commander Far Side of the World so many times, based on a great series.
No, we haven't.
I have with
You
you.
have spoke at me about it, and you know what I usually do? Just tune out.
That movie is so underrated. If there was a question about underrated movies, I'd be talking about Master and Commander Far Side of the World, following on from Russell Crowe's big hits with like Gladiator and stuff. He did this. Movie didn't do that well in the cinema, sadly.
Is it another historical one?
No, it's just kind of like it's based on a series of books just about
Right.
this naval captain, and he's in the movie. He gets
Did it
attacked.
come out near Pirates of the Caribbean by any
So yeah, this is one of the other reasons why it didn't do that well,
I mean, there you go. That's why I didn't get a sequel. We got
Is-
5 Pirates of the Caribbean films, John D.P. O'Connell.
because it came out.
What would you rather? Another Master and Commander or 5 Pirates of the Caribbean films?
Let me tell you, Master and Commander Far Side of the World, which I will full name every time, but I won't full name the people who send us questions. Great epic.
Yeah.
French galleon attacks them, and they're a smaller little ship, and it's them just hunting the ship, trying to get revenge and kick the fuck out of them.
I'm going to say this, and you're going to call me a dick.
You're a dick.
It sounds like the plots of Pirates of the Caribbean.
How?
That's Johnny Depp's whole thing. He's trying to get the Black Pearl back.
No, but they're trying
Off of Barbossa.
They're trying to get revenge on these French pricks who attacked them.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's trying
And
to
it
get
ends
revenge.
on a really interesting cliffhanger
Johnny
as well.
Depp's trying to get revenge and claim back the Black Pearl. That's like the whole arc in the first film.
I mean, yeah, it's the big problem is Pirates of the Caribbean has a big fun fantasy flash, and then
Are
Master.
there zombies and the undead in Master and Commander?
I mean, no,
That's a point off.
unless you think
Do you know what has the undead and cursed pirates?
it was the Pirates of the
Pirates of
Caribbean.
the Caribbean.
Yeah. There you go, John. That's why Master and Commander didn't get a sequel.
The reason John D.P. O'Connell, the reason Master and Commander didn't get a sequel is because idiots like me watched Pirates of the Caribbean and went, "Oh, no, I don't really like that."
Look at the zombies
When there was clearly
There's a zombie monkey.
a superior pirate movie out at the time, but unfortunately,
It's not. It's not a pirate movie. It's
by the
just like
sounds
a
of it.
naval like ship blow up cool thing.
do they like hunt down another ship?
Yeah.
Are they like off book about it? Like they're not doing it for like Queen and Country or anything like that. They're just doing it for revenge.
Kind of, yeah.
Are they in their own ship while they do this?
Yeah.
Would you class that as a pirate ship?
Yeah.
Because they're not doing it for yeah. So
mean,
it sounds like a pirate movie.
At some point.
It's-
Okay.
Sounds like a pirate movie to me, guys.
Thank you for your question, John. Likes double penetration, O'Connell.
John, I'm so sorry. John Double Penetration O'Connell, I'm so sorry that I probably single-handedly ruined the Master and Commander sequel because I'm a dumb idiot and I liked Pirates of the Caribbean.
If you are listening to this, you better fucking be. And you've not watched Master and Commander Far Side of the World, load it up on your favourite streaming service and get it in you. It's a great fucking movie.
I will watch it.
No, you won't. You've still not watched... what's it called? Roma.
I did watch Roma.
You've still not finished season 2 of X-Men 92.
That's true.
I'm ready to spin the wheel. Don't look at me like that.
Do you want the little wheel or the big wheel?
Well, I'm going to spin my big wheel.
All right, up the stairs you go.
Oh, my back. Ready?
I find it quite interesting that we vary on how long it takes us to get up these stairs every time.
And it's landed on another DM question from one of our friends. This comes from Ross. Thank you for your question, Ross. This question is, if you could ask your favorite writer/director one question, what would you ask them?
I would ask, I don't know who specifically, and this isn't really my favorite
You say
writer.
fucking Chris Pratt, what was your inspiration for the Mario voice? I'm going to kick you in the
No. I would genuinely ask, why during the creation process did they get rid of the Jurassic World original pitch, which was the human dinosaur hybrid taking over the world in the army storyline?
Are you saying that the randomer who directed the Jurassic World films is your favorite writer/director?
But that's what I'm saying. I want to know. Of all the,
Oh, did you not hear the question? Shall I give it to you again? Hold on. Let me get back to the question. The question from Ross was, if you could ask your favorite writer/director one question, what would you ask?
Fine.
Not
I'd ask Nolan, why can't he fucking sound mix?
Oh, that's a good one, to be fair. That is a good one.
I'd say, hey Nolan, before you put these multi-million-pound films out, do you just sit down and watch them even one single time without the subtitles on? Because I can't make out a fucking word anyone's saying.
I honestly believe that when it comes to him doing the sound mixing and the editing for his movie, they're all like, hey Nolan, could you not use your old busted like iPhone headphones that went through the wash a couple of times and only one of the speakers worked? Could you use like this proper like headset?
Well, I think it's conversely, that is the problem though, right? He's sound mixing on like, you know, like the room that the room temperature is based off on. Mm-hmm. He's sound mixing in the ultimate booth, so he's got every fucking premium piece of software and kit, and he's listening to it up here, and then he's like, it's perfect. Out to the cinemas, and then you go to fucking Odeon. You go to the Silver Cineworld at fucking Topasoki Hall Street, and it's like, and you've got 4 speakers that aren't working on the left. You've got one in the back right that's louder than every other one, and you're sitting there like, what the fuck is this?
There's a screen in the cinema that I go to where the speaker that's like the music speaker that's like whatever it is. What did you hurt yourself with?
I can't. I've got a little hangnail, and I scratched my head with my own nail.
I mean, maybe you got that from doing the big wheel.
Maybe. Wait, sorry. That really hurt.
But yeah, when I go to that cinema, like the speaker where the music's supposed to come out of is incredibly quiet, so all the dialogue is louder than the music. And I went to watch a movie where music was a primary factor in it, and I just went, I have to go. Like it's
terrible.
Just, like it's so yeah. I guess Nolan's not prepping for like the rundown cinema that doesn't have.
The other problem he has is that he any time like Tenet and The Dark Knight Rises.
Tenet was impossible to hear.
But the other problem with it is because he fucking makes people with masks speak, and they're the ones that you can't hear. But then you also can't get the context of their lip reading, so you're just like, I don't know. I don't know. Why is Bane hate Batman? Fucking flip a coin. I have no fucking idea. Spin a wheel, because it could be any number of reasons. It's either because he's annoyed at Batman for taking his pot noodle, or it's because Batman killed his mother. I don't know. It's one of those two things.
Batman, the reason I really like you is because you took my pot noodle.
There's a scene in Tenet where it's Kenneth Branagh, John David Washington, and they're on like this boat, and I honestly think that Nolan took a single mic, put it down in between them, and thought that'll do. And then during
I know it's you're talking about.
During the scene, they're giving some of the most key exposition you need to understand this movie. That is all exposition. And Kenneth Branagh's like, well, what actually happened?
Yeah, like, are they not like also being like, because everybody's serious and tense, and they're like, and I tell you the other thing that my family did.
And John David Washington's like, what? And Kenneth Branagh's like, and I'm like, cool, just missed that whole chunk of and then when
that was bad.
And then when you watch the movie at home, you're like, oh, the subtitles. I'm like, oh, okay, that's
very helpful. I did come out of Tenet. I did come out of that, and I was like, I enjoyed that experience, but I need to watch this as soon as possible because I do not really understand what happened. Like,
It
I
feels
get it
like-
from the visuals, but that's not enough.
It feels like a twisted joke for Christopher Nolan to release his most, or one of his most like exposition-heavy movies, but then have all the dialogue be completely
Incomprehensible.
incomprehensible. You're just like, what? What did he say? Who? What? Where are we going? Why is he going backwards?
It's crazy. Right. What about you?
I'm going to ask Steven Spielberg in the original Jurassic Park. Why is it he allows Jeff Goldblum to be open-shirted and sexy for so much of it? Because it becomes incredibly distracting at the more the movie
reason
goes on.
he allows Jeff Goldblum to be open-shirted and sexy for so much of Jurassic Park is because it's Jeff Goldblum.
But
The man's a power unto himself. I would have to assume on the set of that film, they were like, Spielberg was like, okay, Jeff, if you could just button up your shirt. And Jeff Goldblum was like, Steven, come on, baby.
you know you want it. It's what the people want. He's like, I know, but like I'm trying to make a fun action like family film. He's like, Steven, the kids need to grow up at some point. He's like,
Steven, let me tell you that the shirt I'm wearing, it's quite loose down the buttons, and it's hanging open because I'm showing.
and it's pure,
myself.
unfiltered linen.
It's just linen. Yeah, that's why.
All right,
Because he's too sexy.
I guess like his sexiness couldn't be contained by the shirt.
Could not be contained by the shirt.
guess,
Nor
like,
the dinosaurs.
I'd like to know from Steven like how he felt about like if
Also, chaos theory, as Dr. Malcolm something in Jurassic
Ian
Park
Malcolm.
says. Ian Malcolm. I knew it was Malcolm. As he says, chaos theory. If he'd buttoned up the shirt, then maybe the dinosaurs wouldn't have escaped.
if he burned out. Yep, that's. Do you know, earlier we were asking like, lines we quote every time from movies? That's one I quote every time. If you just let me button up the shirt, the dinosaurs wouldn't have gotten loose. Right, we're back to the wheel. Are you going to your tiny little wheel?
Yeah, little Will. Just go, spin, go. Who's next?
The next question we have is a great question. It comes from someone I love dearly, and I think he's the greatest person I've ever met in my life.
Nas. Or me. I
Nas,
didn't give you an answer.
Nas's question is, why did the chicken cross the road?
Is that for real?
That's the question she asked.
So, does she want an actual answer to this, or does she want a joke answer?
She wanted whatever answer we had.
The actual answer is because the joke was a shoot off of a common theme at the time, which was, I think anti-jokes were kind of like big. It was the like fucking 1800s medieval time. I think it's billed as like the first anti-joke. So the joke is why did chicken cross the road to get to the other side in its entirety. There's no secondary punchline to it, but it just cracked up medieval people because they were like, fucking got me.
God, I feel foolish.
That's the answer.
And then they'd run them through with a sword. So there you go, Nas. That's why the chicken.
I reckon she's a witch.
That's why the chicken crossed the road.
So there you go. So it is the birth of the anti-joke. If you care about joke history.
Back to the wheel.
Why do we know? What a weird thing to know.
I'm spinning the wheel. Wow! Look at the wheel go. Look at the wheel. Tom Cruise. It's Tom Cruise. He's spinning the wheel. Why have you lost? I built the wheel.
I know.
The wheel was your idea.
It's too big.
This question.
I'm terrified of it landing on Bankrupt.
I'm terrified of it toppling over and
I'm
crushing
also
us.
terrified of it toppling over.
The next question comes from the War Llama. They sent us this question on Threads, and it's a follow-up to an earlier question. And their question is, why didn't the A-Team get a sequel? Well, that's an easy one, the War Llama. The movie got dog shit awful. Let's go back to the wheel.
Wait. We got to give it more of an answer than that.
Okay, why did the A-Team
So
not
wait, who was in 18? Bradley Cooper,
what's his name from Taken?
Liam Neeson,
And then Charlton Copley, and then the MMA guy.
Batista.
No, he wasn't. He was wrestler, not MMA. The guy they got to play Mr. T, who was an MMA wrestler.
Pass. I remember Cooper and I remember Liam Neeson.
And then there was Charlton Copley and
Yeah, there was a guy playing Murdoch who played Murdoch?
Charlton Copley. I don't. How many times do you want me to say?
I don't know. I don't even understand what you're saying. Shalto Coldplay?
Charlton Copley. He was in District 9 and stuff. He's the like
Oh, yeah, he was in A-Team. He played Murdoch.
Quentin Rampage Jackson played Mr. T in it. And you've also got like Patrick Wilson and Jessica Biel. You tell the War Llama why the A-Team didn't get a sequel, because I've answered their question.
Well, we didn't get another A-Team movie because A-Team came out way past its fucking cultural significance. And it was an attempt at riding the nostalgia wave of the 80s, because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I believe, had just kind of released. Transformers had just done a number as well. And someone was like, what else was big in the 80s? A-Team. But they kind of forgot that the people that watch the A-Team in the 80s are outside of... Like, my dad doesn't go cinema. Has a dodgy Fire Stick, will watch films like that on that, refuses to go cinema.
Someone phone the police.
And they're the people that was the pitch, come see the A-Team movie, but they are also the people that are even more resolute in their like, wait, no, I don't want Bradley Cooper.
Yeah,
to
I
want to
watch the old
I want to
version.
watch my A-Team. I want to watch the old people be the A-Team. I want B.A. Baracus. I want Mr. T to come back as B.A. Baracus.
I don't want to watch these new young hunky actors like play these characters. Like,
so because they were too old and they don't give a fuck, the film came out and I watched the A-Team, and I remember I'm a fan of the A-Team, the TV show, and I remember watching that film and thinking, as Gav said, this is a pile of shit.
it's just bland and nothing.
It's so nothing.
It's just grey, bland, nothing. And it's all of these like, oh, this person's on our side. Oh, they've betrayed us. Now we're out on the lam. We're like, oh my God. And you're just like, oh, I don't care. And this is when they're trying to ride the coattails of this, like the Bradley Cooper like hype wave. And then Liam Neeson was doing the Taken movie, so everyone was liking it at the time before he just became like whatever he is now. It was bland nothing. They did a whole setup of the sequel that we never were going to get. It didn't make a bunch of money. Plus, this whole like, oh, we'll bring in a new audience, a new generation. No, it's not going to work. Stop trying it. Stop doing like, oh, this TV show from the 80s. Let's make it a movie for the new generation.
It's weird they keep... G.I. Joe's another one. Fucking get rid of G.I. Joe.
Oh, when they at the end of that Transformers Beast movie, they were like, oh, we're going to team up with the G.I. Joe. What do we have? An empty warehouse of nothing. Get excited. And you're like,
yeah.
What?
We're a government agency.
We're a government agency.
Who gives a fuck? Of all the ways to hype you up for a G.I. Joe crossover,
An empty warehouse.
An empty warehouse with a bunch of people wearing suits and fucking white shirts talking about it. Fuck off. Show me Cobra Commander or G.I. Joe or Snake Eyes or something. Like.
And also, we've got the human character who was in our Transformers movie that you didn't care about and forgot about for most of it.
I like that Transformers film. I think that Transformers film is one of the better Transformers films because it feels like a prolonged music video, which I think we spoke about. I tell you what fucked me off though. It's set in 1991 and the kid's playing Sonic 2, which didn't come out.
You always been
Or is it Sonic
back
and
into
Knuckles?
this.
He's playing the wrong Sonic game.
Excitingly in the future.
He also says he's going to pause on his Game Boy, which you couldn't do.
This is a big tease for in the future, but we will be doing our definitive ranking of the Transformers movies at some point in the future. So
Big tease!
Get fucking excited for that in 2 years from now when I have the patience to sit through all of the live action Transformers
You
movies.
will. I think you're going to agree with me. I genuinely think you're going to watch the Beast one that came out recently and be like, because I at the time said, look, it's not a good film, but at the very least, it's an engaging, it's an enjoyable roller coaster film. It's more enjoyable than anything else they've.
So the best thing you can say about it is it's watchable.
Yeah, exactly. Like, which is more than most of the other Transformers.
God, I've not seen...
Remember the Mark Wahlberg Transformer?
I've never seen them, and I'm not looking forward to having to sit through them.
Mark Wahlberg's Transformer film is.
Listeners
There's
out there,
also in Transformers 2 that bit where that old Transformer gets up and his balls are dangling about the place, and then he pisses on a guy.
this is on John Turturro. John Turturro gets pissed on. Fucking legendary actor John Turturro gets pissed on by a robot.
Transformer with massive balls.
If you want us to do a definitive ranking of all the Transformers movies, sound off in the comments for whatever video is promoting this, or just drop us a DM or a thread and say you want it or if you don't want it. We're going back to the wheel!
Big wheel, big
Spinning
spin,
the
big spin.
wheel!
I'd like to solve after this, please.
Whoa! And, we have a fun one here. We've got a question from Ian! Ian, my little Ian, who DM'd me. Sent us multiple questions, but
Little Ian.
he's only getting the one question. And his
best
question
one.
was, out of the iconic three, that being Mike Myers, Freddy Krueger, and Jason Voorhees, who would you be able to survive against the best, and how would you do it? So if you're...
Freddy Krueger.
how and why?
So Mike Myers and Jason Voorhees. Oh, I can run now. So but I feel like they've.
I can run.
Well,
now.
but they've got super. It doesn't matter because they've got supernatural. They're all supernatural, fundamentally. No, they didn't start that way, but nowadays they're all supernatural.
Yeah.
You can run and run. You could get in a fucking. You could build a Concorde and get in it and fly in a straight line, and you would turn your corner to be like, well, how far away are we from Jason? And he'd be on the Concorde behind you. You know what I mean? Like he's
but
magic.
You need to sleep at some point.
Mike. No, I do. But here's the thing. In his later on, in his old age, Kruger went from like, look at me, I'm full of maggots. I'm gonna scare the fuck out of you, and I'm gonna suck you into the bed and blast blood all over the ceiling.
And into the word bitch.
Hey, look at me, I'm putting you on a pizza. I'm gonna eat you. You're a tasty meatball. Nom, 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 nom. So I think
It is diminishing returns with those movies.
I truly think especially by whatever film I'm in, Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street 19 or whatever, I'd be like, whoa, Freddy, whoa, we're in a dream, right? And he'd be like, yeah, and I'd be like, what's this? And I'd do something goofy, and he'd be like, you know what? You're okay.
We can hang out.
You're okay. I'm going to come around, I'm going to give you nightmares, I'm going to give you little spooks, but I ain't going to kill you, Gary. I reckon I'd swing Freddy Krueger. The problem with that, and I would like to get ahead of this before the news gets their hands on it. He is a paedophile, and I know he's a paedophile.
Well, no, that's in the shitty like 2018 reboot, is it
He was a
not?
paedophile in the original, mate.
Was he?
Well, he killed those kids, and it was implied that he.
Oh, but I thought it was just like he was just a child murderer. And
In
then-
the reboot, he's 100% a pedophile. Like 100%.
Yeah, in the reboot, I
In the
remember
original,
that.
it's implied. Reboot, not implied. He diddled kids, but all Krugers in all time space are diddlers.
Okay, so you're thinking you can beat.
Kruger, yeah.
My answer is I'm going to go for Mike Myers.
How are you going to kill? How are you going to beat? How are you going to survive Myers?
Easy. Here's my solution.
Take off his bold cap, take out the blue contacts, send him back to Canada.
What?
Mike Myers. Oh, Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I said Mike Myers to be fair. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, Mike Myers. I'm just going to run him over. I'm just going to run over SNL legend and Shrek voice Mike Myers.
Get in your truck.
I'm going to defeat Michael Myers I'm going to corral him into a room. Then I'm going to lock the door, and there's going to be a cement mixer that's going to pour cement onto him, and I'm just going to encase him in a cement block. Then I'm going to take that cement block, take it out to the middle of the Marinara Trench,
Yep.
drop it down in there.
Straight into the sauce.
Done. Walk away.
Bye-bye.
I don't know why Jamie Lee Curtis didn't just do that in the movie.
But he'd get out, right?
Not how.
Because he's magic. They're all magic.
But I think if you drop him in a concrete block down to the bottom,
Mike Myers, eventually the concrete would crack. And then he would float up, undying to the top. Although if it was Marinara Trench, he'd be squeezed. He'd be a pancake.
See, exactly. So either way, he's getting crushed into nothing. And anytime he maybe reforms, he just gets crushed again.
I saw a video of the Titanica submersible.
The Titan sub, yeah.
And it was like, here's how quickly these 5 billionaires died. Horrifying.
So imagine that happened to Michael Myers.
Well, he would survive it. The horrible thing for Michael Myers is he would just be existing in that compressed state forever.
I guess what's happened is I've locked him into like an endless purgatory, and then at the end of the movie, you're like, who really was the villain? You know? So
Yeah.
Michael Myers, or is it me?
You.
But he's
Putting it doesn't even a murderer, even the worst person, you shouldn't put them in that hell in an undying state of infinite compression.
I mean, I suppose there is
That's awful.
There's a kind of innocence to Michael Myers in a way. You know, he's just nature nurture.
Nature nurture.
So there you go, Ian. Thanks for sending that DM on Instagram.
It's a good question.
If you want to follow us on Instagram, that's the Meandering Movie Podcast.
Do you remember the one where Freddy Krueger turned into a bike and then drove a woman into a wall?
Yes.
That's a good one. That's a good death.
There were some funny creative ones, but it was just like,
The pizza one's dumb. The pizza one is up there. It's got to be one of the fucking dumbest Freddy Krueger kills of all time.
It's just when it's like, we're
I'm a
movie
meatball.
number 8, and guess what? He's going to come into your dreams. You're like, but now he's outside of the dreams. I'm just like, I don't care.
It was also like, if he's coming into people's dreams, we kind of have to accept that people are going to be dreaming weird shit. Like, the problem, I also think Freddy, actually, if we're being genuinely honest, Freddy Krueger would come into my dreams and be like, oh, dude, stop dreaming about sex. Is this it? I'd be like, yeah, man. 8 hours a night, brother.
Just pizza and sex.
8 hours a night, brother.
I'm not eating pizza. I'm having sex.
In my dreams.
With the pizza.
Not
Thank
in
you for the
real- not in
question,
real
Ian.
life. I lost my virginity and had a baby.
Here comes the next one. Spin the wheel.
Vroom.
Wow, look at it go, the inertia. Wow.
You can't say the same things every time about the
Wow.
wheel. Say something new about the wheel.
Oh, that's interesting.
The wheels. The wheel, ladies and gentlemen, the wheel was spinning at rapid speed and then defying the laws of gravity just stopped on this question.
Well, it stopped in a question for someone we've already had and for some reason didn't remove them.
Whoa.
So, yeah, John's question was, why the hell did Master and Commander not get a sequel? So let's approach this one again for you, John. Okay, so John's questions now. Thank you for your question, John. He sent that to us on Threads. Make sure to follow us on Threads.
Oh, Gav, stop plugging the fucking social media.
I'm never going to spin the wheel.
Next question.
Well, someone has to plug it. You fuck all, you prick. The wheel's spinning. You've made me angry about the wheel now. I used to be happy with the wheel. Now I have a contempt for the wheel and you. This question comes from Ryan. But which one? 2 Ryans sent us questions. They DM'd us on Instagram. That's one. You can follow us on Instagram, the Ending Movie Podcast. Their question was, shag, marry, avoid the Lord of the Rings franchise, the Harry Potter franchise, or the Star Wars franchise. You have to shag, marry, avoid those 3 franchises. What are you doing?
Oh.
I mean, this is easy for me.
Well, you go second then, because I don't want you to colour my decision. I'm going to kill Harry Potter.
Okay, why are you killing Harry Potter?
Because it's Harry. It needs finished.
Does it?
Needs done.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no new ideas coming out of it.
Oh, well,
It's also arguably the least attractive cast.
they're kids.
Gary Oldman, Helena Bonham Carter, Molly Weasley's actress.
I mean, I think Gary Oldman's pretty hot. Michael Gambon.
I'm not saying they're all bad,
Alan Rickman.
but they're not. Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman was a
You
hottie.
can love Alan Rickman. I love Alan Rickman. He's a great actor. If you put him in a lineup of everyone I could have sex with, he's pretty far down the list.
I think he's a hottie.
He's not.
Especially when he got a bit rounder.
My favorite Alan Rickman is Metatron Alan Rickman in Dogma, where he's got no willy. He's just got a
He's
mound.
just like a Ken doll.
I'd fuck that Alan Rickman.
Yeah, because you just
I'd slap that mound like a bongo drum.
Oh god.
Anyway, my point standing that I think the Harry Potter franchise is like, all right, so yeah, fine. If you want to go for the main cast, you've got Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint versus Elijah Wood, Viggo Mortensen,
Orlando Bloom. Yeah, those are pretty hot people.
They're pretty. And then Star Wars.
Christopher Lee.
Fuck, which Star Wars are you going for? You got Luke, you got Mark Hamill, you got Carrie Fisher, you've
Harrison
got
Ford,
Daisy Ridley,
Chewbacca.
Harrison Ford, John Boyega. You've got you know what I mean? That's a good looking cast.
I don't think you're actually shagging the people though. Is it not like you're shagging the franchise?
Yeah, which means I'm taking everyone in me.
All right. So you're killing Harry Potter.
Harry Potter's gone. Now I'm choosing marry Lord of the Rings or shag Lord of the Rings. And conversely, marry Star Wars or shag Star Wars. I don't want to be... See, the problem is both of these film series have tailed off, and being married to them means I'm going to have to deal with the continuous...
The one you're less thrilled
the
about.
continuously bad movies they keep churning out. I'm gonna fuck Star Wars and marry Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Interesting. Mine's different. I'm killing Star Wars.
Oh, really?
And you know why? Because it's already dead. Oh. It's a dead franchise, everyone. Fuck your Star Wars. It's not good. It's not been good in at least 60 to 70 years. Fuck it. It's shit. The prequels are shit.
60 to 70 years?
When did the original ones?
Not 60 years ago, Gavin. Are you fucking insane?
Oh, they came out, the 60s?
1979.
So that's 50 years ago.
Yeah.
All right, so 50 years ago is when those...
You think they're the best films?
Those 3, yeah.
Wrong.
Everything else, crap.
So wrong.
Crap.
You're putting films like Solo, a Star Wars story.
Crap. It's utter...
underneath Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6.
I think, controversially, I am. Big hot take.
Insane.
Gavin was the big...
You're telling me that the cap to the 9-episode saga, The Rise of Skywalker, is the worst film
The movie where the horses run across a Star Destroyer?
in the list?
I know I'm being cheeky.
You're telling me that the movie that gave us the line, they fly now, they fly now, they fly now,
They fly now.
is the worst movie? How could they possibly finish with the worst film out of 9? It's crazy.
But don't worry, they're going to now make 10, 11, 12, and Daisy Ridley is going to be like...
Are they calling them? They're not calling them 10, 11, 12, right? Surely.
That's just like the shorthand for it.
Surely not.
But apparently Daisy Ridley's coming back, and she's going to be the Obi-Wan of this new trilogy.
I don't mind Daisy Ridley coming back.
But the problem is, she's a good actress. She didn't have a character. So that character can't be the Obi-Wan of a franchise when there isn't... No, we're not doing this. We're not getting into this. No. Star Wars is dead, so I've killed it anyway.
What did John Boyega want to say to Daisy Ridley when they were in the pit? It's of all the fucking sins of that film, it's the one that fucks me off the absolute most because everything else you can just attribute to. I mean, this is bad writing, but at least you can be like, all right, it's bad writing.
The
but
whole
at least
thing's
it's
bad writing.
I know, but at least it's like bad writing. But fine, there's horses on the fucking Star Destroyer. Oh, there's a whole fleet of fucking Sith people. Whatever, right? Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Palpatine's back.
Palpatine's back. It doesn't make sense, but fine. But then they're in that pit, and fucking John Boyega's like, Ray, I have to tell you something. And then they're in the underground section of the film in the Sand Planet, and Daisy Ridley or Ray is just like, I know you want me to ask,
but I'm not
going to ask.
And for the rest of this movie, when we're doing all of this other like, hey, Chewbacca's dead, but he's not dead, and then we've found the Death Star, and we used a knife that's a key to, and then Kylo died, but then didn't die, and then he did die, and we kissed, and you're just like, what is any of this?
They really needed to like elongate the time. Sorry, we've done it. Sorry, move on.
We're moving on.
We
Star
need to
Wars,
move on, 'cause
it's dead.
I've fallen in there's a trap.
Anyone listening who thinks the prequels are good, you're wrong. Just accept it. So I've killed Star Wars. I'm going to...
You didn't even kill it. Killed itself.
Killed itself.
You walked in with a gun, ready to fucking blast it in the head, and it was just hanging from the rafters with a note that said, Gav, I'm sorry. I didn't want you to have to deal with this.
We did it ourselves because we're that bad. So yeah, I'm going to shag Harry Potter because
you like shagging children.
Oh, yeah. Woo, pedophilia.
It's what you said.
No.
Your words when I was saying who I was going to shag you were like, oh, but it's full of children.
Well, it's true. You're throwing it back at me. I should have thought of that because I knew what I was going to say. The reason I'm doing the shag of Harry Potter, the franchise, not the characters, is because, like Harry Potter is one of those franchises that comes around every so often. Like I watched it last year for Christmas because I had COVID. So I was like, I just want to sit and watch them all. I won't do that again for another couple of years. So it's not a long haul, long stay. It's a one night stand type of thing. And that's why I'm going to marry Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings is that franchise that you just want in your life all the time. Whether it's behind the scenes, whether it's the movies, fuck it. I'll watch the shit ones because I'd rather watch those shit ones than sit through, 9 Star Wars movies and then 70 shit TV shows. And then when it comes to Harry Potter, I'll happily watch the, 7 movies? But I never want to watch the Fantastic Beasts movies ever again.
Yeah.
If you're putting the Lord of the Rings prequels against the Harry Potter prequels, I'll choose the Lord of the Rings ones because there's some fun shit to look at.
Yep.
Them going down the little river in the barrels, I'd rather watch that than watch a guy flap his arms, go to a fucking animal. Shit. Plus, there's too many cancelled people in the Fantastic Beasts movie.
Fantastic Beasts is so bad.
So garbage. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That was our question from Ryan, who DM'd us on Instagram. That's Meandering Movie Podcast on Instagram. Make sure to follow us there. We have a few questions left. You ready?
I'm ready.
Spin! Oh my God, it's spinning so much. The inertia.
Stop saying the inertia!
Oh, this question came from What We Watching Tonight on Instagram. Great channel. Go check him out. A Scottish man himself.
Ooh,
What We Watching Tonight on Instagram. Check them out. They asked us, Buckfast or Mad Dog 2020? Which would you choose?
Buckfast, 100%, every single time.
Yeah, same Buckfast.
Sick therapy, thick and syrupy goodness versus Mad Dog that tastes like... If it tastes like when you were trying to make a cocktail as a kid and you'd be like, oh, what's this? And you'd put in mostly vodka and then sprinkle in a fucking drop of diluting juice.
Yeah.
Mad Dog's pish.
Mad Dog, yeah.
Bucky, every day.
It's sugary nonsense for the Waynes.
21 bottle, specifically.
Buckfast for the guys, for the men. And
for
Mad Dog for the boys, the children.
I might get a bottle of Bucky for Christmas this year. You've put me in the mood for it.
Maybe I'll get...
What are we watching tonight? Me getting fucking wrecked on Bucky.
Your wife and your child are just like, well, this is great for us. Your mum's like, I'm so proud of him.
Oh, that has actually put me in the mood for a bottle. I'm 33 years old and I've not drank a bottle of Bucky to myself since I
I
was.
can't believe you
I
were
don't know,
brave enough to say that out
16.
loud.
Why? I'm young. I'm spriteful.
You're going to die soon. Well, that was a question
You're
from...
32 years old.
Shh, people don't need to know that. Thank you, What We Watching Tonight on Instagram. Once again, follow them on Instagram, What We Watching Tonight. Check them out. Give them a follow. Give them some love. We're going to spin the wheel!
Just that quickly.
Whoa, the inertia.
Out of curiosity, what social media platform are they on?
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
How do you find them on Instagram?
You type in their name, What We Watching Tonight.
Okay.
We've got another follower from Instagram. It's Tutu Reviews.
How do we find them on Instagram?
You search for Tutu Reviews on Instagram.
Can't do it for some and not for others.
They
Gav.
do some lovely videos, some uplifting, endearing stuff. They also talk about movies, TV shows. Good stuff from Tutu Reviews on Instagram. Check them out. That's Tutu Reviews.
Tutu spelled in the numbers or Tutu spelled the letters?
Letters. Their question was, if you could watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
My instant gut reaction is Back to the Future. Do I get all three of them or do I only get one?
You only get the one.
Probably. My instant reaction is Back to the Future. But there's a couple of films. Moon, Ex Machina, Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Fantastic Mr.
Beauty.
Fox.
See, I don't think Beauty. As much as I love Beauty and the Beast, I don't know if it's got enough in it to like warrant rewatching forever. Do you know what I mean?
It's very small and like...
I love it, but it's not. It's not my favorite Disney.
It's
but
a movie
not.
you could watch every couple of years and just be like, that's nice.
It's like a nice warm mug of tea.
You want a movie that's full of substance and meat.
Yeah, I think it's and that's what my gut reaction to Back to the Future is because it's just safe. It's like a safe, clean option, and I love that film as well. I don't know. It depends. The thing is, I feel like Ex Machina and Moon are films that I will watch when I'm in the like. I need to be in a specific vibe.
I feel if you've only got one movie to watch, Moons, they're very heavy in a way.
like nice sci-fi, highbrow, Arrival's in there. I like the
Again,
sci-fi,
you're
but I just think Back to the Future is like a clean family classic, and I could fucking watch it. Maybe Gremlins 2.
See, I would choose Gremlins over Gremlins too.
No, fuck off.
Nah, I'm alright.
Get out of here.
Nah.
Gremlins 2, mate.
Nah.
Gremlins 2 to the moon.
See, the problem is Gremlins 2 is there's so much that it becomes too much.
No, it's not.
Whereas Gremlins is just a perfect little amount, you know?
Gremlins 2 is the rare time a sequel outshines the original. Gremlins 2 is the definitive Gremlins movie.
Well, there's only two. So it's like there's not a lot to pick from.
Yep. And it pisses all over Gremlins.
So are you
1.
choosing Gremlins 2 as your one movie, or are you choosing Back to the Future?
Oh, it's too hard. Spin the wheel.
No, you have to pick one.
I'm spinning the wheel.
But I haven't chosen my one.
It's... The wheel says...
I haven't spun the wheel because I haven't answered the question, you son of a bitch. I'm spinning the wheel. Mine was The Matrix. I'm spinning the wheel. Hey, the inertia.
Why do you keep going on the wheel? Just don't stand on it.
This question comes from perhaps our most dedicated listener.
Raheem Sterling?
Who?
Raheem Sterling.
No.
Does
This
Raheem
is,
Sterling listen to this podcast? The footballer, Raheem Sterling?
I don't know who Raheem Sterling is.
I thought that's who this question
No,
was from.
it's our most dedicated listener and lover of the Meandering Movie podcast. This
Audio
comes
Boy.
from...
Send us a message from behind the grave.
Do you think Audio Boy would in any way offer for this podcast? When I asked, they went, I'm not encouraging this. That's what they said. This question comes from Gavin, who asked the question, what time does brunch happen at?
Is this from you?
Yes.
You put your own question in this?
Yes, I put my own question.
Fuck you.
Because I want to know what time brunch comes at. Don't spit in my name. Stop spitting on my name. Stop it. Don't spit on the wheel either. Just spit all over the wheel.
Good.
The inertia.
You've ruined this whole... I was having a great time, and you've ruined it with this fucking bitch. You know...
What time does brunch come at, you
It
prick?
pisses me off that you still are arguing to this day that you think brunch is an after lunch thing.
Yes.
It's not an after
It's
lunch
after
thing.
lunch.
It's a breakfast lunch
No.
thing. You comes before lunch, after breakfast. There's a small window
No.
that you call something brunch.
It's up to breakfast. and
Tell
then
people what time you're having brunch at.
sometimes 1:30.
Go tell them the latest time you've had brunch.
2. 2 is the latest.
2:15.
What would you mean? Well, maybe 2:15.
It was 2:15 because I fucking lost my rag about it.
Yeah, because you can have lunch in that time.
Yes, you can, and it's lunch. But you know what?
No.
You know what you're not having at 2:15?
No.
Breakfast.
Because I'm having breakfast food at lunchtime.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
For the listeners at home.
If I have breakfast foods at no, shut up, listeners. Shut
don't
up,
tell
Gav.
them to shut up.
If you have breakfast
They
foods
send
at
us
dinner, if you
questions.
have breakfast foods at dinner, you don't call it brunner. You just have dinner. You just have sausages for dinner. If you're having brunch, you can have brunch anytime from 9 o'clock till 12. You got a 3-hour window.
So-
it's more than it.
So brunch stops
it's more
at
than
lunch.
enough. Yes.
No,
yes.
that's
yes.
pointless.
Because do you know what you have
'Cause then you
after?
don't need the
do you
word
know what you
brunch.
have after lunch? After 12 o'clock? Lunch.
No.
A whole new word.
No, because if you're having lunch but with breakfast food, it's brunch.
If you have it at 9 to 12.
No, if you have
And
it,
if you're having brunch,
if you have it at 9 till
if you're having-
2:15.
If you're having brunch, you can also chuck in some things you might have had for lunch. You have a little heavier breakfast.
Brunch ends at 3 p.m.
Oh,
That's as far you could go to. So
brunch does not. When does lunch end?
lunch is 12 till 3, but brunch is also up till 3.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is insanity.
At 3:01
This
p.m.
is insanity.
At 3:01
What the fuck
p.m..
are you eating at 3 o'clock? I cook something at 3:15. What's that? What are you calling that? If you say dinner, I'm gonna fucking lose my rag.
No, that's dinner.
Oh, die.
So glad I brought this up.
You're an idiot.
We've honestly been having this argument for over a year
It's
now.
not even an argument. You're just wrong. You're just
I'm not
categorically wrong.
Audio Boy's on my side.
And Audio Boy is wrong as well.
And Nas is on my side.
Nas is wrong. You're all wrong.
Oh, I can't believe you said that.
I will say that.
She's going to beat you up.
All three of you are insane. Brunch, you can't have brunch after lunch.
Yes, you can.
Cannot
But
have brunch
You're
after
having
'cause then
breakfast
you're
food
just
at
having
lunch.
lunch.
Listeners at home, if you'd like to get involved in the brunch debate, please email at meanderingmoviepodcast@gmail.com or message us on Instagram and tell us when you think brunch ends. I think it's 3 p.m. We're going back to the wheel. We're going to spin. Whoa, she's spinning. She's spinning. There's breakfast food
You
on.
have irritated me so much.
Well, maybe this question from Geek of Hollywood Cinema on Instagram,
I feel bad for Geek of Hollywood Cinema that I'm coming into this in the completely wrong
maybe their
mindset.
question will make you
Because
hot.
Gav has upset me so much about this fucking brunch thing.
Do you know what's great is we're about to go off into such a different path now. We've had the big argument, and now the Geek of Hollywood Cinema on Instagram. Follow them, check them out. They do some beautiful stuff, some lovely stuff. They have said, "Do you think TV shows dominated movies in 2024, just like brunch dominates lunch?"
Fuck up. Brunch doesn't even dominate lunch.
Yes, it does.
It's not. No. it
Brunch can
doesn't.
overtake lunch.
Shut up. What would you have for brunch?
I mean, I went to a place recently where I had this kind of like andouille with poached eggs.
You had to do it on breakfast?
Yeah,
Fuck up.
it was really good.
So it's brunch then.
And then it was like a spicy.
And you had
hot-
what time was this?
When did we go? That was like 1:30ish.
Oh, fucking. So you had lunch.
No, because there was
had
poached
lunch.
eggs on sourdough with andouille and a spicy hollandaise.
You can.
That's breakfast food and lunch food
Oh,
together.
It's not. It's just food. It's just lunch. You just had lunch.
I had brunch. It was a Sunday as well, which is the perfect brunch day. It's God's day and brunch day.
TV shows absolutely dominated films in 2024. 2024 has been pretty pish for movies, in my opinion.
disagree.
Well, so what do we got? Give me a breakdown. What do we have TV
My
wise?
name is Gavin. I'm here to say you're so wrong because I think films are better than TV. There's my breakdown.
What have we had? 2024 movies. We have had. Looking at it now. Top 2024 picks. Google first hits. Wild Robot, Gladiator 2, Blink Twice, Trap, Hellboy, Quiet Place Day 1, Jokey, Dolly, a la Foe,
Jokey Dolly Elephant.
Substance, Borderlands, If, Maxine with 3X, Alien Romulus, Harold and the Purple Crayon.
You see, you're reading off some shit.
I'm reading off the Google.
Yeah, but that's Google's top, you know?
Cuckoo.
What about my tops?
Mousetrap, Beetlejuice, Furiosa, June Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm even trying to just get to the big ones. Ghostbusters, Frozen Empires. Civil
Okay, then
War.
what's TV giving us?
2024 TV. Penguin.
You didn't watch Penguin. I did. You didn't.
Doesn't mean it's bad. Agatha All Along, Acolyte,
You've not watched any of these shows.
Chaos, Grotesquerie.
You didn't watch these?
I don't watch TV.
So how can you say TV-dominated film if you've not watched any
There
television?
was a Terminator TV show this year.
Yeah, it was animated. It was on Netflix.
Was it good?
I don't know. I didn't watch it because I don't watch fucking TV. What was the last TV show you watched?
X-Men.
But that is X-Men 92 from the 90s. That's the last TV show you watched this year. I've watched some decent TV this year. Like X-Men 97 was really good. That Batman
That didn't
animated
come
show
out
was really
this
good.
year.
X-Men 97 did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. It came out earlier this year.
Oh, it hasn't. Did it actually?
Yes.
Man.
Remember when I told you to watch it earlier this year?
And I am. I'm getting through
You're
it.
not. You're an X-Men 92. Brunch is
Fallout.
lunch.
Fallout came out.
Didn't watch Fallout. Don't like the games. They're shit.
We're actually, it's just giving me films now. What the fuck?
Shogun came out. That's pretty good.
Arcane is currently out.
Didn't watch it.
Arcane's brilliant. You should watch Arcane.
Did you watch Arcane?
I've watched season 1. I'm waiting for all of it to come out before I watch it because I can't be fucked. They're doing 3-episode drops with like a week and a half
Yeah,
between.
why
them.
are we now back to weekly episodic stuff?
Well, this isn't even a weekly episode. Here's a film's worth of episodes. Then we'll give you the next film's worth. So three 40-minute film like episodes.
I hate that now when for example, like The Boys season 4 came out this year, and they're like, here's the first 2 episodes. You're like, oh sweet, you get into it, and I go, okay, now come back every Wednesday, and you're like, no, I have other shit to do. Same with The Penguin, like that show is good, but what harmed it was being weekly. That show needed to just be a binge because the first 3 episodes are pretty like meh. It's not until the 4th episode you're like, oh, here's the fucking show.
I still feel like I'm trying to. Right. So what were the best films of the year? Genuinely,
So obviously Dune Part 2.
Dune Part 2, Substance.
Furiosa was good.
Furious was good, but it's not like it wasn't groundbreaking.
I mean, a lot of the movies that I've liked have kind of been like your smaller stuff, like that movie The Apprentice, really good. The Different Man was really good. Substance, like you said, was really good. Like Alien Romulus was really good.
But which one dominated?
I mean, I think Dune Part 2 is dominated everything. Like it's.
I know, but I like obviously film have had bigger things. Was Oppenheimer this year? Was that last year?
That was last year. Barbenheimer was last year.
Barbenheimer. Like I don't disagree that cinema always feels like it has bigger things, but I just think TV this year. I don't watch a lot of TV, but anytime I hear people talking, it's about TV shows.
I think it's just because
Game of Thrones, like Ring of Power is getting another one.
I feel it's because like TV's got that lifespan of because it's weekly. People are talking about it every week, like that.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I agree, but the reason I'm saying I think TV's dominated is because it's not like people are saying, oh, I watched this show and I watched 7 episodes every week and it was all right. They're like, this is the best thing I've watched in absolutely fucking ages, and I keep watching it.
It also depends on your bubble, because my bubble is movie related. Like if I go on to any of my social medias, I'm getting fed movie stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, oh, these movies are like, people are really excited and talking about it. But if you're more in the TV range or TV bubble, you're going to be seeing stuff about The Boys or Invincible or whatever.
Yeah, my bubble's
else. Like
fucked.
Yeah, your bubble's
anytime I search
Sonic and big titted Futanari
yeah,
girls.
anytime I search anything on Instagram, it's just this.
Jesus Christ. Well, I'm so glad people can't see what your fucking Instagram is.
Crazy,
That is
right?
twisted.
It's not twisted, but it's there's exactly one. It's just one thing.
So yeah, I think when it comes to the Geek of Hollywood
That's
cinemas,
crazy. That is like it's
Jesus
insane.
Christ, how'd you get that ratio?
Mate, it's every fucking post.
She probably doesn't do a lot of brunch. That's why. When it comes to the Geek of Hollywood
it's
cinema,
got-
you have delivered
does
us the
too much
first
brunch.
question we can't coherently answer because I don't know if there is a definitive answer.
I
I'm
don't
saying
know if there's a
movies.
definitive answer, and we like giving a definitive answer on this.
My definitive answer will be movies, but I think other
TV.
people disagree. We're down to our last 2 questions. You ready to spin the wheel?
Yep.
What if one of these doesn't get asked? Ah, we're spinning it. There's a real lack of inertia on that one.
I've been distracted.
Get off your phone. Stop looking at big-titted girls.
I'm not. That's not what I'm looking at. Don't tell people.
This next person has a difficult to pronounce name, but I'm going to try. It's G Stavrin Ufilm. They're over on Instagram. They DM'd us this. Follow their stuff. They've got some really, really good stuff. This is going to be our second last question, and then we're going to get fucking out of this bonus episode and get back to planning the 100th episode. They asked 5 actors, past or present, who you'd invite to a dinner party. Because of time, we're going to take this down to 2.
Two
So-
actors that I can invite to a dinner party.
Yeah. What 2 actors are you inviting to a dinner party, past or present?
Past or present? Jennifer Lawrence, Anya Taylor-Joy.
Why Jennifer Lawrence and why Anna Taylor-Joy? You're disgusting. He said he wants to make brunch for them at 3:01 p.m.
I just genuinely love the two of those actresses, and I think they are.
I feel they've got very different like vibes though.
Yeah, that's what that'll make an interesting dinner.
But I feel like Jennifer Lawrence and you are just going to like dominate the conversation, and Anya Taylor-Joy is going to be quite quiet and reserved.
Do you think?
Yeah,
I think Anya Taylor-Joy seems like a hoot. I reckon Anya Taylor-Joy would be very good at bananagrams.
a hoot.
Yeah. Basically, anytime somebody asks me this question, who would you enjoy at your dinner? I think who would I want to play board games with?
And you've chosen Jennifer Lawrence and Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, I'd play bananagrams. I'd maybe pop out Trolley Problem, maybe some Azul, Everdell.
I don't know what any of these are.
If they wanted to, I'd maybe roll them up some D&D characters. We'd have a little menage a trois.
That's a lot of like faff to get set up for a dinner party though.
I would do it for those two.
I bet you would. You fucking creep. My 2 are going to be Kurt Russell because
Oh, what a great answer.
I just always wanted to be around Kurt Russell, and he's in a lot of my favorite movies actually. And my other one is going to be Sebastian Stan because I am absolutely obsessed right now with Sebastian Stan.
There's too many people. I kind of just went real quick off the top.
I mean,
Sam Rockwell. I'd love to have dinner with Sam Rockwell.
okay, well, how about we give you 3 and you can have Sam
I'll
Rockwell.
have Sam Rockwell. And I'll want Kurt Russell as well.
see.
I'll have 4.
All right, so we could have just done 5, like like G Stavro film asks.
I think if I was going to add a 5th, I would take it's Jim Carrey or Adam Sandler. But nowadays, I think Adam Sandler's got more grain to him.
Okay, so you're going to take Jennifer Lawrence, Anya Taylor-Joy.
Kurt Russell, Sam Rockwell, Adam Sandler.
You can't have Kurt. I'm taking Kurt Russell.
We can both do Kurt Russell.
What if we have the dinner party the same night?
So he'll be nipping back and forth. And he won't tell us. He'll just be going back and forth between our 2 parties.
Okay.
One time he'll be like, I'll be like, oh, why are you wearing that jacket? And he'll be like, oh, I just found it outside when I was pissing. And I'll be like, oh, fair play. And then he'll come across to you and you'll be like, oh, you wearing a different tie? And he'll be like, oh, it's a new tie I bought. And I like wearing 2 ties to dinners. And we'll be like,
It's almost like that should be a movie of some point.
probably more like a 30-minute episode or something.
Yeah, like Everybody Loves Raymond. My 5 then are going to be Sebastian Stan, Kurt Russell, who's going back and forth between our dinner parties, which I did not sign up for. I'm going to hate Dame Maggie Smith because what a fucking legend.
Dead.
Well done, she is, yes. I'm also going to take...
I want Jeff Goldblum at mine as well, actually.
You can't have 6.
I've had 6. I'm
But the
taking
question was 5. I took
I'm
us down
taking
to 2 and you went back to 5.
And no, I'll take those.
Yeah, Dame Maggie Smith.
Oh, Anna de Armas. I want Anna de Armas as well. 7.
I don't like you. I categorically do not like you.
Why?
This podcast is only...
At this point, I'll bust out Secret Hitler.
At this
That's
point, you're
gonna be
just
the best
having a
game-
house party.
At this point,
You're just having a gaff.
Best board game night.
I'm not choosing anyone else because you're just going to take them all.
How am I taking them all?
Because you took Kurt Russell and you're going to take Dame Maggie Smith.
I'm not taking. You can keep Dame Maggie Smith.
Yeah.
I've got Anna de Armas.
I'd rather Dame Maggie Smith.
It's fine.
Gilf.
Wait, you want to have sex with your guests?
There
That's
you go,
disgusting.
G Stavro film
That's
from
disgusting,
Instagram.
Gav.
Your link will be in the description. I hope people check you out because you do some really cool stuff. We're
How
down
come
to our last
when
question.
you talk to me, you speak to me normal, and anytime you turn and look at that computer, you put on this really.
I'm putting on my host voice. We have our last question. I'm going to spin the wheel anyway because it's fun to
Ready?
spin. Wow! Look at their name spin. It's the last person.
Gav?
Yeah.
Look at the inertia in this wheel.
Oh my god, it's out of control. It won't stop spinning.
It doesn't even make any sense. Look at the inertia.
Our last question comes from Ryan. This is a separate Ryan from the last Ryan.
We've had 3 Ryans.
No, we've had 2 Ryans. This is our second Ryan.
You said it was a different Ryan from the last Ryan,
Yeah, this is a different Ryan.
but it's the same as Ryan 1.
So the first Ryan we had was
What is this? Mickey 17?
was a shit reference.
It might be a good reference if the film comes out and is really good. We'll be like, good reference, good preemptive reference. It might be bad.
First Ryan.
Robert Pattinson.
First Ryan was our
Is good.
our former co-host
It's a bit like Moon.
who used to
Spoilers for Moon.
be a member of this podcast.
Not Mickey 17 though. It's in the trailer.
The second Ryan has never been on the podcast. for context, so you know who we're talking about. But we're
I'm
not.
looking forward to Mickey 17.
Their question is, which they DM to us on Instagram, you can follow us over there. What is your Mount Rushmore for actors/directors? You can pick one. Do you want to do actors? Do you want to do directors?
Actors. Wait, what? What's the Mount Rushmore?
So you get like the 4 people who are on like your top of all
Is
time.
this not quite similar to who I'd have at my dinner party?
Well, no, because you're having them over for dinner, not
I'm
like.
going to have 7 people on my Mount Rushmore.
No, there's only 4 people on the Mount Rushmore. It's the 4 presidents. You can only have 4. There's a very select stipulation.
Well, in that case, I think we should do directors because it's different from actors. Because otherwise, I would be picking 4 of the 7 people I'm having to dinner.
Wait, so Anna de Armas is on your Mount Rushmore of actors? She's been in like 3 films.
Yeah, well, no, but Kurt Russell, Jeff Goldblum, Adam Sandler.
Yeah, fuck off, Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler's he's a great actor nowadays.
He was in like 2 good movies, Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems.
He was in more than 2 good movies. Billy Madison, Little Nicky.
No.
Hubie Halloween.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Just because you don't like them. Happy Gilmore.
Oh, they say they're doing a sequel to that. Can't wait for the
Get
fucking
that in the
Remember
bin.
Betty's Legacy sequel.
Get that in the bin. Directors on my Mount Rushmore. I'm taking Robert Zemeckis, believe it or not.
What?
I know. But
Do you know
I think
that he can't see Uncanny Valley, and that's why he does like the Uncanny Valley shit?
so. He just looks at Polar Express and is like, "Job done. Happy with that."
God.
I just love the idea of everyone else in Robert Zemeckis. Everyone else looking at it like, Zemeckis, are you serious?
This is
You're putting this out? And he's
unwatchable.
like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is the best thing. That looks like my Uncle Tom. That looks like Tom Hanks. Like, Zemeckis, man, we can put more time into it. We have budget. He's like, nah, it's
Make
perfect.
it look like a creepy teethy thing that makes you uncomfortable and you have to sit
that's
through it
so
for an hour
funny.
and 40 minutes.
I'm putting Zemeckis up there. I'm putting
What's your favourite Zemeckis movie?
Back to the Future.
Boring. Contact, obviously.
I'm putting Zemeckis. I'm putting.
Uh-oh. You can't think of anyone after Robert Zemeckis?
Well, I can, but they're all like obvious choices, right?
It's your Mount Rushmore. They can be obvious choices. They
The
don't
Wachowski sisters.
Now, are they taking up 2 slots?
No,
So,
one slot. It's like in a
so it's going to be like half of
Total Recall style.
gonna
No,
be half
no.
of
One
each-
big one one little one coming out the chest of the other one.
kind of like the
I don't think I want the Wachowski. You do your full.
Mine.
I'm going to think I don't want the Wachowski sisters on mine.
My Mount Rushmore of directors is going to be John Carpenter.
Good.
It's going to be Francis Ford Coppola.
Good.
It's going to be Steven Soderbergh, and it's going to be Denis Villeneuve. That is my Mount Rushmore.
You're not putting in Ridley? Ridley Scott?
God,
Oh, who are you killing? Who are you killing?
who am I killing? No, well, John Carpenter's going nowhere. Francis Ford Coppola's going nowhere. No, I'm going to keep Steven Soderbergh and Denis Villeneuve. Oh, but I want Tony Scott. I also want Ridley Scott. Can I have 6? Can I have the...
There's 4 on Rushmore. There's 4, Gavin.
Nope, I'm keeping it. That's what I'm doing. Francis Ford Coppola, John Carpenter, Steven Soderbergh, Denis Villeneuve. That's my Mount Rushmore. What is your Mount Rushmore? You hack.
Fair.
You could do Brad Bird.
I was going to say Brad Bird, funnily enough.
And then he made
You know,
Tomorrowland.
you know what the problem I have is? And I feel really bad about
You don't know
this.
directors.
No, I do know directors, but the problem I have is I want to like have some variety up there, but like,
Catherine Bigelow.
well, yeah, I can't say like I want to put Olivia Wilde up there because she directed
Booksmart.
and I fucking love Booksmart, but it's also like,
She did Don't Worry, Darling.
well, it's like Olivia Wilde versus like Henry Selick, for example.
Yeah.
Like, fine, Booksmart's one of my all-time favorite films, but I can't have my Mount Rushmore of directors with this director has done one solidly amazing film and then everything else is middling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the majority of directors that have solid work history are male. But I don't want to have a full-man Rushmore, basically. I'm putting Brad Bird, I'm putting Zemeckis, I'm putting Olivia Wilde. I don't know, man. Directors can suck a fatty.
No.
They can all suck a fatty.
Quentin Tarantino can suck a fatty. That's about it.
Tarantino can suck a fatty.
He probably do it well.
Who did I say?
Because he's got a big
Selick.
mouth and he doesn't know how to shut it.
What did I say? I said Selick. Greta Gerwig. Fuck it.
I mean, yeah.
Going's got a good. I mean, of all of Going's got a good record.
She's doing the Narnia movie currently for Netflix, which will be interesting.
That'd be good.
Because like I feel like with her approach to Little Women and Barbie and stuff like that, and then like helping her ex-husband in his movie, she'll do something really interesting with Narnia.
I'm looking forward. I'm a fan of Going.
The problem that she has is she's
Gerwig?
working with Netflix, and that's a cesspool of nothing.
That is the problem with the Netflix. Have we got any more questions, Gav?
That has been our bonus episode of the Meandering Movie Podcast, in which we received your questions and answered them. You were very generous to give us your questions, and we were even more generous to build a massive wheel, create some incredible inertia, spin it, and answer them for you. You're welcome, Internet.
I've just had a news headline on my app.
Oh my God, what does it say?
It says that the Earth is rotating.
Oh my God, the wheel's...
Earth has stopped rotating on its normal axis.
Oh my God, what
Do you
if
reckon that's because of the giant wheel?
It might be. We might have taken over...
Fucked the Earth's inertia.
We took over the inertia with the massive wheel that I built inside of my flat.
Thank you so much for your time. We genuinely do appreciate everyone that listens to this episode and anyone that does drop comments and all that stuff. It has given us questions. Genuine, heartfelt thanks. We're looking forward to our 100th episode. So this will be coming out in November. Next month, we've got another little
bonus treat,
something to do. And then in January...
or February, we don't know yet, depending on if we
I think January. People need a lift after January, after Christmas, you know?
Okay.
And we can work it. We'll just stick to our monthly plan.
Yeah.
In January, we've got something big coming, which we'll start touting about in December, probably.
Yeah. We'll tease you now that the 100th episode is going to be unlike anything we've done before.
Unlike anything we've done before. And I'm so excited for it. But anyway.
And much like this train wreck, it will be a train wreck.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a fantastic November.
Bye.
It's meandering movies. It's meandering movies. It's meandering movies. So